Hello everyone, this is Prakash, and once again I welcome you all on my channel. So today I am going to be covering a problem which most of the families are going through, and a lot of people requested me to make a video on this. And yes, this is extramarital affair topic which I am going to be covering. Nowadays people come to an astrologer with a pertinent question whether their partners or spouses are loyal to them or not, whether he or she will stay with them or not, or the relationship will be long lasting without the disturbance of the third person, means pati, patni, or wo. I mean, husband, wife, and other. I mean, a person who has hunger or lust for sex doesn't see anything bad in such an act. The act of cheating, in fact, they do not even care if this type of nature will bring their married life in danger, and they may lose their partner as well as ruin their public image too. Let's understand and see some basic rules to see how person can show infidelity. Please see my entire video so that before you go for matchmaking to any astrologer, you can ask for these additional basic questions. So let us give some more work to astrologer also and show them that you also understand a basic astrology, and you can challenge them also to find out the extramarital relationship. So the relationship can be seen through horoscope by analyzing certain things like the planet Mars, Venus, 5th house, 7th house, 8th house, 12th house, and Libra and Scorpio sign of a horoscope. So this is a Libra sign and this is the Scorpio sign, and by default this is a chart of where ascendant is Aries Lagna and where Venus is position. So I will come to all the three charts. These are basically three charts of three different male natives. So as I said that the two planets are also responsible for that, like Mars and Venus. So where Mars is the planet of for courage, braveness, power, and energy. So if a person has a power and courage to do and act like this against the society, then he or she should have strong Mars for it. This is because a weak person can never do this type of infidelity act. Whereas Venus is afflicted by any sixth lord or eighth lord or 12th lord, or whether it's can hammed between two houses, it can also show an indication of secret love relationship. So as I said, there are two signs could be responsible for that. So one of them is Libra sign, which is number 7. So this is by default also a sign of Kaalpurush Kundli or Kaalpurush horoscope, which signifies our reproductive organs. And if a malefic planet will present, and it might show attraction towards opposite sex. So the placing of a malefic planet, it shows hunger and lust of a person towards opposite sex. So, and if you see the 7th house where we have a Libra sign, is the house which is a part of 3 calm houses. So 3 calm or desire houses are 3, 7, and 11. Therefore success of a married life can be seen by the 7th house, where we see the happiness from a married life, because at the end of the day we fulfill our few desires also from 7th house as well by getting married. And if you talk about the Scorpion sign, which is here in this chart, and you also see this sign in the second chart, Scorpion, and you see this sign also here in the third chart in the 10th house. So this Scorpion sign or where it is posited in the 8th house of Kaalpurush horoscope. So its lord it's called Mars. So this is the sign which controls sex and its desire of a person. Although this is the watery sign, but Mars have a right on this sign, and Mars is a fiery planet. So that's the reason why a person influenced by this not able to judge good or bad in this context. And if you see the eighth house, this house is responsible for all secret relationship, desires and activities of a person. So normally dasha of the planet which is related with eighth house provide extramarital affair if yoga is present in the horoscope of any native. And as I said, that third, seventh, 11th houses are known as Kam Trikona houses. So these are the houses of desire. So if there is a heavy affliction of a malefic planet in these houses, so we can see a chances of getting involved in extramarital relationship. Third house is the house of courage, and getting involved in extramarital affair, one need to have a courage, because this is a house of courage, and we have a fiery planet Mars over there. So when we say the third house is a house of courage for getting involved in extramarital affair, of course one needs to have a courage. So any malefic like Rahu or a Mars in third house, here you also see Rahu in third house, will enhance the potential for extramarital affair in astrology. 12th house, when I talk about the 12th house, is responsible for bed pleasure, and this is the house which shows how the married life will go of a person. An extramarital affair can also be seen from this house. So let's analyze these three charts. Who cheated their partners and their near dear ones came to me and shown me their chart for the consultation. So I thought, so this is the best example as a as my research work, and how can I show these planetary combinations and how we can judge it. So if we see the first chart, in this chart of a native, if you see the 7th house is in Pap Kartri yoga. When I say Pap Kartri means it is getting hammed between Ketu and Saturn by 6th and 8th houses. So the 7th house, you can see it definitely is afflicted. And when I talk about the 7th house lord, which is Venus, so if you see Venus itself is in Pap Kartri yoga in Lagna because of Sun and because of Rahu. So it is getting also hammed or sandwiched between these two houses, 2nd and 12th. So we see the 7th house is getting afflicted, 1st house is getting afflicted, and if you see Venus also is in Aries sign, which is a fiery sign, which shows a new beginning of something, and none other than love. So this also goes to prove that there is something fishy. I have not made a Navmancha chart here, but because we can easily see these yogas here, and I know that when I analyze the D9 chart, yes, the 7th house was afflicted. So that's the reason why I did not put up a D9 chart for all the three charts or all the three natives. And if you see this chart, you will see Venus is in 8th house, and Venus is also a karaka or a significator of a spouse, and sitting in the 8th house of secrecy or a secret relationship. And it is aspected by 8th lord. 8th lord is Shani. So it is also aspecting its own house where Venus is posited. And if you see, the Venus is also in Pap Kartri, because there you see in 7th house Sun, and you see in 9th house Ketu. So here Venus is also getting afflicted. 7th house has Sun and aspected by debilitated Mars. So you see the 7th house is also once again getting afflicted here. Now if you see the third chart, you will see the 7th lord, which is Sun, is sitting in 8th house And if you see the 8th house also in Papkartari Yoga, where I mention as PKY. So in 7th house we have a Ketu, and but even though I'm saying a Papkartari Yoga, Venus isn't sitting in its own sign, so the you see the dignity is not is there, but yes, we can see the yoga is there. And if you see the 5th house lord also in a 8th house, because 5th house lord is a Mercury, and 5th house is said to be a house of romance. So if you have seen all the planetary combination which I have explained in terms of 7th, 8th and 12th houses, in terms of sign, whether it's a Libra or Scorpion sign, whether it's a Papkartari Yoga, whether how the 7th house gets afflicted, whether the Karaka of his spouse, which is called Venus. So these are some basic examples and basic reading of any chart where you go to any astrologer, you can ask for these basic things before you go for any matchmaking. And of course there are many other combinations as well we can see in our upcoming videos. And we can also do a remedy of this problem by doing Vastu mantra chanting, and by healing 6th, 7th, 8th and 12th house. And as I said, that these are not the only combination which we can get to see. The other combination we can also see in my upcoming videos, but I've tried my best to share the basic combination which anyone can see. So if you like my videos, please like and subscribe my channel so that you can keep receiving information in my video, a very informative information I would rather say. Please also comment if there is anything you want me to create a series on. So let's meet in my other video where will come up with the horoscope of a native females who have been cheated by their partners. So these are the charts who have cheated their partners. Now in my second part of the series, I'll come up with those female native horoscopes who have been cheated by their partners. So with that, I want to take your leave and wish you all the best.